Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. So today's topic of discussion is already written over here, that is ozonolysis, right? Today we will discuss about the detailed mechanism about ozonolysis. So before I start my discussion about the mechanism, if you are new to my channel then please subscribe, okay, and stay tuned with me so that you can get more videos on different topics of chemistry. Okay, now let's start. So here you can see that I have written different canonical structures of ozone molecule, right? So when any carbon-carbon multiple bond containing compound is treated with ozone molecule, then what happens? We want to study about this. So let us take uh, double bonded compound at first. Okay, so here I am taking this one, alkene I am taking, CH3, CH3, double bond, CH3 and H. Okay, so here the first structure is 1,3 dipolar structure. So I am treating this 1,3 dipolar structure with this alkene. Then what will happen? So as pi electronic cloud is present over here, so that will neutralize the positive charge of this oxygen atom, and then after sharing this pi electron, this carbon will become positively charged, so that will be neutralized by the negative charge of this oxygen atom. And at first we will get a structure like this. Okay, so this is CH3 and H. This is very unstable structure and we call it molozonide. Clear? So as this is very unstable, immediately after formation of this molozonide, this is broken. So at first this bond will break and make a double bond between this carbon and oxygen, and this bond will also break. So what we will get? CH3, C double bond O, CH3 plus, as this bond is broken, this carbon will become positively charged, right? CH3, H positive, O negative. Okay, so as you can see that in same molecule positive and negative both charges are here, so this is known as zwitterionic structure. Clear? So what will happen now? So as this is a carbonyl compound and carbonyl carbon is always electron deficient because this is added with more electronegative oxygen atoms. So what will happen? This negative charge will attack in this electron deficient carbon atom, and after that shifting will occur, and after the bond will shift, oxygen will become negatively charged, and this with this negative charge the oxygen will be added to this carbon atom. Okay, because this carbon atom is positively charged. So what we are getting after this attack? We are getting, I'm flipping this structure. Okay, CH3, CH3, oxygen with another sorry, here we have one oxygen and that is added to this carbon atom. This carbon atom has one CH3 group and one hydrogen, and it has two oxygen atom added together, and this one, this is the structure. Okay, so this is known as ozonide. Okay, so this is the first step of the reaction. So after this ozonide is formed and it is hydrolyzed, we get different kinds of carbonyl compounds depending on the nature of this alkyl groups or hydrogen atom, whatever it is added to the carbon atoms. Okay, so suppose we are using only what H2O, water, for hydrolysis, then what happens? Cleavage will occur over here and from this side as well. So we will get CH3 C double bond O CH3 from this part, and from this part we will get CH3 C double bond O H. So one aldehyde and another ketone we are getting from the hydrolysis of this product, and this water will be oxidized to H2O2. Okay, so now what will happen? We all know that H2O2 or hydrogen peroxide is a very good oxidizing agent, right? So this oxidizing agent will oxidize this aldehyde molecule to the corresponding carboxylic acid. Okay, so we will get CH3COOH. That's why we will not get our desired carbonyl compound anymore, right? So actually what is done, instead of only H2O for hydrolysis, we have to use zinc dust along with water. Then what will happen? Then H2O will not be oxidized. The zinc will be oxidized to ZNO, and the reaction will stop over here. That means we can get our desired product, and this oxidation process will not happen anymore. That's why for the hydrolysis of this ozonide, zinc dust is used along with water. Understood? So ozonolysis of alkene is discussed. Now we will discuss about ozonolysis of alkyne. Suppose this one I am taking CH3. Okay, so with this 1,3 dipolar structure, again we have to start O minus. So we will have a structure like this. So this is our unstable molozonide. Okay, so again from this unstable molozonide we will get our carbonyl compound and the zwitterionic structure. But here you can see that as triple bond was there in the initial structure, this will not be broken into two structures. In only one structure we are getting the carbonyl compound along with this zwitterionic structure. Okay, negative. Okay, so now what will happen? This will attack to this carbon atom, and again this oxygen atom will be added to this positively charged carbon atom. So what will happen? CH3 CH3 O bond O, right? So this is our ozonide, and after hydrolysis with water and zinc dust, cleavage will occur from here, and we will get CH3 C double bond O C double bond O CH3. Okay, so these are the products of ozonolysis we will get from alkene and alkyne. Suppose you are asked to predict the product, but you don't have to do the mechanism of ozonolysis reaction. Then how to predict the product? You see, Here double bond is situated between this carbon atom and this carbon atom. So simply you cleave this bond, okay, and one oxygen atom will be added to this carbon atom with a double bond, and another oxygen atom will be added to this carbon atom with a double bond. So very easily you can get the products of ozonolysis in just one step. Okay, like this. So similar products we have got from this one because we have taken symmetrical substrate, and suppose this one CH3 C CH3 double bond H H, and same reagent we have used, that means ozonolysis. Again you have to cleave this bond and you will get one ketone from this side, right, and one aldehyde, that is formaldehyde we are getting from this one, from this side, okay. And the reverse reaction is also possible. Suppose you are told that these two compounds are formed after ozonolysis of a particular compound. You have to find out that particular compound or the initial substrate from which upon ozonolysis these two type of carbonyl compounds you have got, okay. So what you have to do now, you have to eliminate these two oxygen atoms and you have to join the rest of the parts, okay, to get that initial compound. Double bond, and in another part we have CH2, so this is the original compound which upon ozonolysis gives these two types of carbonyl compounds. Clear? Let us take another example. Suppose HCHO plus C double bond O, CH3 CH double bond O plus again HCHO, that means two molecules of formaldehyde we are getting along with this one, okay. So now what you have to do, you have to join this oxygen atoms and then you have to eliminate them, and now you will get the structure CH2 double bond. You have eliminated this oxygen atoms, that's why you have to connect this carbon atom with this double bonded carbon atom, okay. Carbon CH3 and again single bond we have, then CH double bond CH2. We have CH2 over here, that's why. So this is the initial compound which upon ozonolysis gives this kinds of products. Clear? So if you have any question or any doubt regarding this ozonolysis, you can ask me in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.